Well, hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we are looking at a newish brewery. Fairly new, probably in the last 2 months. Actually, May, I believe, is when they opened up, or beginning of June? No, beginning of June, because that's when we talked about their, their brewery on Beer Dweebs United. So, this brewery has been around fairly recently. They have one beer at the time of this recording, and that is Bronan Vermont style IPA. So what is a Vermont style IPA, you ask? Well, it is an IPA that is based off of the great IPAs of Vermont. Now, we talked about what a Vermont style IPA would be on Beer Dweebs United, and basically what the consensus was for a Vermont style IPA was that it was going to be juicy, unfiltered, full of hype. And why full of hype, you might ask? Well, Alchemist Heady Topper, Hill Farmstead's beers. I'm not saying they're not great beers. Heady Topper was a great beer, but the hype on these things is gigantic. It's overflowing, and that's what we decided a Vermont-style IPA needed to be. It needed to be something that was juicy, unfiltered, and full of hype. We also had dank being tossed around here and there, but we weren't 100% sure. So High Road Bronan Vermont-style IPA. It's 7.1% alcohol by volume, 70 IBU. Now, I recorded this on, well, I started recording this on my standard definition Sony Handycam here, which is what we do most of the regular beer reviews on. We have a couple high definition Sonys that we do our beer-umentaries on. But I started doing it on that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be uploading and editing these videos for a while, and I wanted to put this video up as soon as possible. So out came the video camera. We're using the front-facing camera on this, though the lowest megapixel camera. I do apologize for that. But, yeah, it is what it is. I wanted to be able to see what I was doing, so I can see my face right now. And I'm okay with it. Well, I don't really want to see my face, but I'm okay with that new camera, so I can actually see my face. I did hit the button a few times, so I might have 35 pictures of just my face before I got the video going. Anyway, enough talking. Get the Super Thistle out. Make sure there's no water in it. And the reason I said I started recording it is because it's already been popped. It's just a standard yellow cap. Just a standard bottle. Let's pour. Okay, so it looks juicy. Very unfiltered. It actually almost has that look of like apple juice, fresh pressed apple juice, or mango juice, because mango juice has that like yellowy orange hue to it. Or orange juice that's going bad. Up at the top here it looks more like orange juice. Down here it looks more like apple juice. Little tiny bit of white head not going away. No snap, crackle, pop. It looks beautiful. Smell. Oh yeah. Juicy and dank. So juicy and unfiltered is there. Blood orange, mango, a little bit of that dank potty smell, some pine. Let's get the bottle up over here. Oh yeah, mango, lots of blood orange, pine, touch of cedar, that slightly dank smell. Oh no, the camera fell. Oh no, whatever shall we do? We're just gonna have to pick it up again. Ooh, ooh. You know what? This stolen, and by stolen I mean left here and then told for me to just use, little camera holder. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen. Now I know why Matt left it here. Smell. Has been done. Let's try it. Cheers, boys and squirrels. Okay. A little bit of carbonation. Medium mouthfeel. And then, juicy. Almost like a Radler, the amount of juice that's in this. Yeah, 7.1% alcohol, 70 IBU, but like a 2.5% alcohol Radler is what I'm getting. Mango, orange juice, mango, orange juice, mango, orange juice, bit of cedar, bit of resininess on the back end, just that hoppy resininess, that little tiny bitterness that just clings to the back of your throat. That dankness comes in. You're still getting that orange juice and mango taste as the dank kind of slides up the throat, hits the top of your throat, mixes with the resininess, and then drops back down. This is actually a really, really nice beer. This is probably one of the best IPAs I've ever had, and that's coming from a guy that has had a lot. And it's not that it is, you know what? I'm feeding the hype machine right now. This is one of the best IPAs I've ever had. And the reason for that is it is 70 IBU, but it's really not all that bitter. There's just a little bit of bitterness playing on the back of your palate, but the rest of it's just juice. I'm not even tasting any malt, and I don't care. I'm not tasting malt, and I just don't give a shit. Like, it comes down to that. I'm not tasting malt, and I don't give a shit. Who would have thought I'd say that, right? I am a malt maniac. I love my balance in my beers, but the amount of hops they have in this and the amount of times they've probably thrown them in the boil, the amount of work they've probably done on getting this perfect, has made it that I don't care that I'm not tasting malt, because it's not just a hop bomb taking over my mouth. I'm still getting complex flavors. As I said, mango juice, orange juice, a bit of cedar, bit of pine, bit of dank, bit of resininess, which is what's giving me my bitterness on here, and that resininess doesn't really last all that long. I love it. I really do love it. Now, to put it into perspective, it is not something that you can get bottled just yet, so it isn't something that I went out and bought. But, that being said, I would pay all the way up to $15 a six-pack for this and be perfectly happy with it. Anything up to that. Could I pay more than that? Possibly, but I mean, would I buy it all the time then? Probably not, but at like $15 or $16 a six-pack, like between $14.95 and $15.95 a six-pack, I'd probably jump on this all the time because that's just how good it is. I usually don't want to pay more than $2 a bottle when it's small bottles, but a lot of times $2.50 to $3 is perfectly fine. I probably would pay up to $3 a bottle for it, though. I probably would pay up to $18 a six-pack. But if I'm paying $18 a six-pack, it's, again, going to be a once-in-a-while type of purchase instead of an all-the-time type of purchase. But in the $15 range, it would be an all-the-time type of purchase for me. Because I really, really love this. This is a great-tasting beer. You wouldn't even know it's 7% alcohol. I mean, as I said, it has such a taste to it that it reminds me of a Radler, and that's what I'm thinking as I'm drinking this, is that it's only like 3% alcohol. And that's a scary thing to think. It really is a scary thing to think, and I shouldn't be thinking that, but I am. I'm thinking in my mind that it's only like 2.5 to 4% alcohol, which would make me drink shitloads of this and then stand up, fall over, and pee myself. Because that's the type of beer it is. It just tastes so good, and you wouldn't know the ABV of it. And it's very hoppy, but it's such different flavors of hops mixed in such a different way that it isn't overtaking your palate, and you could probably drink this all night without getting palate fatigue. That's a scary, scary concept. It really is. Out of 10 on this, I'm going to give this a 9.75 out of 10. Why not a 10 out of 10? Because I just don't want to give it a 10 out of 10. Really. No, the main reason I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10 is basically that I don't want... No. There's no real reason I can really think of. Other than I just don't... I don't know if it is the perfect beer. I think it might be the perfect beer, so it gets a 9.75 out of 10. But is it the perfect beer? I'm not 100% sure. I acquired... Well, I had 3 bottles brought into my possession. I'll probably keep one more for myself, and I might send the other one out to either Lee or Nick or somebody with a beer mail in the near future. I just hope that it stays just as good as this fairly fresh, recent bottling. So I hope that it stays just as good. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful night. 9 points. Oh, wait. We said that it had to be juicy and unfiltered, which this was, but we also said it had to be full of hype. So let's check. Since we're recording on the cell phone, let's grab the old tablet here. And I've already pulled it up. I didn't actually read any of it yet. So, motherfucker. Okay. Bronan, Vermont style IPA. 79 people have checked it in, 49 this month. And overall, it's a 3.99 out of 5. So let's check here the first few. Patrick P. has given it a 4 out of 10 and says delicious. Doug S. Fruit on the nose, quite fruity tasting. Is that mango? With notes of pine. Could do with some slight more carbonation. 4 out of 10. Robbie G, 5 out of 5. Sorry, I said 4 out of 10. It's 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 5. This is perhaps the best IPA I have ever drank. Perfectly balanced. Nice work. I don't know if I'd say perfectly balanced because you're not really getting a maltiness, but you know what? It's a fucking great beer. So that doesn't matter. What else do we have? 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Okay, so let's go up to the top again. Let's see if any of my friends have checked this in. Oh, the punter! The punter gave it a 5 out of 5 as well and said just right. Brian gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Vermont-esque, but not too Vermonty, unfortunately. High potential. Okay, you know what? This thing is now pissing me off. I'm just going to keep our hands here now. And, lastly, Devin checked it in at a 4 out of 5. So, all in all, it's got a lot of hype. Is it full of hype? No, not yet, but it's fairly new. Will it be full of hype? Most likely. And my 975 isn't going to help the hype machine. But I think it truly does deserve that. I think it is one of the best IPAs I've ever drank. Do I know if it's the best? I don't know. I don't know if I like this better than Heady Topper. I don't know if I like this better than Zombie Dust. I don't know if I like this better than Innocent Bystander. I don't know if I like this better than a lot of beers that I've had. But I mean, unless I do a blind taste test with all of them sitting in front of me, I won't know for sure. All I can say is I love the beer. Thank you guys. Bye.